Well, guys, first of all, congratulations for the promo. It is awesome,
Thank
fantastic,
you.
and I must say, I am the first show audience for this movie.
Thank you
Wow,
very, very
thank
much.
you.
sir.
Thank you.
And talking about this whole year, you guys working for the project, I guess three or
Yes,
more than
3
a
years.
year,
Yeah.
and finally the film going to release. So, are you guys still nervous or excited for the movie?
Definitely a lot of excitement first, because obviously we've, like you said, it's 3 years. It's a lot for actors to be part of, and obviously a lot has gone through in making of this film. And I mean, obviously, like, we are the first audience that we are as excited to finally see the film along with the audiences in the cinemas.
Um, was it more challenging, or is it kind of a dreamy world into playing Avantika for you?
I think हम सबके लिए it was a big like every day क्या होने वाला था किसी को भी आइडिया नहीं थी. I think राजमौली सर को छोड़ के. एंड एक बहुत अच्छी बात यह है कि सेट पे आने के बाद सर के जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस थे बहुत ही प्रिसाइज थे. कॉम्प्लिकेटेड से कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सीन वो बहुत ही सरलता से एक्सप्लेन करते हैं और समझाते हैं, एंड इट बिकम्स ईजी टू डू बिकॉज ऑफ हिम. And what is much, he would actually try everything himself before making us do it. So अगर कुछ रिस्की होता है तो पहले वो खुद उसमें वो परफॉर्म करके फिर हमें उसमें डालते हैं. Sometimes of course there are a lot of stunt people who were doing it, but many a times he himself used to try it, which is really really amazing. I think कोई भी शायद डायरेक्टर ऐसा नहीं करे, because sometimes it's risky and things can go wrong, but the kind of care they've taken, because it's an action film, it is a war film rather, so it in a lot of action, a lot of time has been spent on only doing action. So it's been an amazing experience, a great learning experience, very very nourishing.
Prabhas, you worked with Rajamouli sir before.
yeah.
What sort of changes you feel you took from him as a director after the film?
See, Rajmouli is like improved after every film. Chhatrapati is a good film, it's a good hit there in Telugu, but this is like some 10,000 times bigger than Chhatrapati. See, this for this film it is like it's not easy to make a film like this, because every experiments there are like so many experiments in the film. Like they have never done such like huge things, huge sets. And for example, there's a statue you can see in the trailer, that 100 feet statue. When they're trying to lift, they put 2 industrial cranes to lift it, and they couldn't lift it. The cranes were like lifting up and all, and they put 4 industrial cranes. It took almost 4 days to shoot that shot. So it is like lot of experience were like very new for them. And maybe in Hollywood, in the same scene, if you would have done that, they would have had so much of plan and so many techniques, because they have already done these kinds of films. And here it is like, because it's the first time, it was very tough for the technicians, and Rajmouli, like, we should really appreciate this film.
During the narration, he asked for an year, I guess, and you are going, okay, I'm giving you 2 years. What was that story exactly?
See, Rajmouli and me are like, we have a very emotional bond. We're like, he's my friend, he's my guru, he's like something else for me. He's a very important person. But Rajmouli is always, he'll always say like 10 days or 20 days, but it never happens. Because this scale of film, we know, it's not easy to make. And Rajmouli told me like, in 1 year we're going to do it. I said, no, it's not going to happen in 1 year. No, it's taking 3 years for the film to be done. So he's like, and because I know him, so I like, don't worry, just do it.
Well, Tamannaah, as you said during the launch, that this is something you've never been doing. This kind of movie you've never done before. And you are doing an action in the movie also. So what sort of challenges you've done, and what kind of martial arts and all this stuff you're doing?
मैंने इससे पहले कभी भी एक sword को नहीं पकड़ा है, and for me just even holding the sword was challenging, and not looking silly in it was an achievement. But of course I was directed by S.S. Rajamouli, so I had nothing to worry about. मैं जब सोची थी कि मैं कैसे करूँगी, I should just think about him, because हम कितना भी खराब करें, कितना भी बुरा परफॉर्म करें, वो जब अपना कैमरा लगा देते हैं, वो जब शॉट लेते हैं, वो अच्छा ही लगता है. So lucky to work with a director who can just make it all look so magical. And yeah, so it was a very very new experience. And वेदर कंडीशंस काफ़ी चैलेंजिंग रहे हमारे लिए. एक शूट था जो बल्गेरिया में हुआ, जो -10 डिग्रीज़ में हुआ. एक मेरा शूट था जो महाबलेश्वर में हुआ इन पीक मॉनसून, एंड हमने पूरी शूटिंग वो बारिश में की. एंड और वो मेरे कैरेक्टर का इंट्रोडक्शन था. सो इट्स क्वाइट चैलेंजिंग क्योंकि वो शुरुआत में ही आके ऐसे सब वेदर इटसेल्फ वाज सो चैलेंजिंग बट रेन हो स्टॉर्म हो स्नो हो कोई भी चीज़ राजमौली सर को रोक नहीं सकती तो वो हमने देख लिया और बड़ा मज़ा आया ऐसे शूट करते हुए.
We have seen you in Bollywood movies before, but this is something we never seen it on the big screen as you.
There's nothing. No one's has seen this stuff on big screen.
Really, I must say, and interestingly, in Bollywood, never seen before. We have seen that you going for a rigorous training and all sort of training for this movie. Was it been a conscious effort to do, or is it something really comes from your heart?
See, one is for me, this film is very, very special. Firstly, because of my childhood. Now, I grew up on stories like this. I grew up on Amar Chitra Katha. I've grown up on tales of the Ramayana and Mahabharata told by elders to me, and those were the stories of growing up. And when you watch films like a Troy or a 300 or a Gladiator, you know there's so many Indian stories that can be told, and so beautifully told. And well, I guess for me it was like a childlike dream coming true. I'm saying before being an actor, before being anything in cinema, I was always a movie lover. I used to watch films right from when I was a little child, and any fancy film excites me, and always period war films excited me, and to be part of something like that and to play an antagonist in a film like that, like if you when you know the tale of Ramayana, Ravan is probably one of the coolest characters. For Mahabharata, there is a Duryodhana who's so grey and so solid, and to portray something of that scale in a film of that scale, I think there is nothing better for an actor to ask for.
And how do you relate with Balla, your character especially? How much Rana is?
How do I relate? I'm thinking I'm a slightly better human being than the character in the film, slight bit. But obviously this is a character that somewhere consumes you because you start becoming him. See, you start playing this character for over 3.5 years, and that's all is there in your mind. Whether it's the way you walk, the way you speak, unknowingly characteristics of yourself start tilting towards that till reality gets back in.
Tamannaah, were these guys being into offset, were in the reality of these characters? Have you seen it?
नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं. ऑन सेट इट्स अ पार्टी एक्चुअली. बहुत मज़ा आया क्योंकि दोस्तों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग. सो आई हैव ऑलरेडी वर्कड विद प्रभास बिफोर. एक फिल्म कर चुकी हूँ एंड उनके साथ फिर से काम करना बस एक दोस्त के साथ काम करने जैसा. एंड इंटरेस्टिंगली इस फिल्म में जो भी सब टेक्नीशियंस हैं मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर रिलेटिव्स ऑफ राजमौली सर. सो एक ऐसे बहुत ही फैमिली एनवायरनमेंट था एंड बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल. जितनी मुश्किल फिल्म है शूट करने के लिए उतने हमें कंफर्ट्स दिए गए ताकि हम इस फिल्म को पीसफुली शूट कर सकें.
Prabhas, as we seen that you guys are going back anciently, but technology wise we are going up front
forward,
for the movie. But we have seen that Rajamouli sir haven't used green carpets and all of those things. He is more into reality much better. So was that guys for more challenging for you guys to do all those stuff in front of all those junior artists and the people are around you guys?
See, like in war, we were like shooting for more than 100 days, 120 days and all. There were like almost sometimes 2,000, 3,000 people on set behind art department or like 1,200, like 4,000 to 5,000 people working sometimes. So it is like it's not hard to work because it's set and it's all our people. So but the problem is like to set up, make another setup. Like once the shot, they want to reshoot the shot. This amount of people, they'll take a lot of time to reset it. For the technicians, it was really hard to make this film because it's like big people. If you want to do another shot, like we need to call everybody back and it'll take like hours and hours for them to shoot.
Well, as far we know, the film is in Telugu and Tamil. So how do you guys feel that the production like Dhamma production come up and backing up the movie with the Hindi audience? How much the Hindi audience gonna relate with the movie especially?
See, it's an honor for the whole Bahubali team because he's the biggest name in our country, director, producer, Dharma Productions and all. So it is like the reach which Dharma Productions can give to this film, I think no other film can do. We have a best product here, but that is because of Dharma Productions, that Karan Johar, it's going to be reached everywhere in the country.
Okay, I want to know this with Tamannaah. What are the do's and don'ts you tell Prabhas for the Bollywood especially, as he's so far new for the Bollywood industry? Do you feel? What are the do's and don'ts? You guys are familiar with the Bollywood now.
I think it's. Yeah, are we familiar? Do we yet know what we do?
Still something.
There are no rules, yeah. I mean, at the end, we all have to be comfortable with who we are, and Prabhas is a huge star down south. And everybody, even up north, is aware of his films क्योंकि बहुत सी dubbing films आजकल सब लोग देखते हैं, तो बहुत बड़े स्टार हैं ये, and इनकी सादगी इनकी सबसे अच्छी बात है, and that's something it's not detachable from him. I think he wins over everybody with all his simplicity and his sweetness.
Rana, you want to say about this anything? What are the tips you giving to him?
Give any tips? I am first of all clueless about this, and I think I'm the last person giving him any tips about anything in this form. I think ultimately he's himself, and here you go, he has a brilliant product with him, and what more does we need?
So, are you guys discussing something to do in Bollywood? Prabhas, especially to you, any sort of plans for Bollywood?
This a lot of press people have asked, but now we're just waiting for the release and just want people to like everywhere around the country. Just hoping that.
Any actresses in your mind you want to work with in Bollywood?
See, I said
Something, anything you found out.
this plan. You said if I want to work, I like Deepika Padukone, I like Katrina Kaif, but at present it's only Bahubali now.
Okay, lastly, what is the best thing you like about Bahubali?
Best thing I like.
You want to?
The visuals, the drama, the emotions, the characters, the war, the waterfall, everything.
Tamannaah, you? What is the best thing you like about it?
I think it's going to be the overall film and the fact that ये फिल्म को किसी भी भाषा की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's a universal subject. आप शायद इसे किसी भी भाषा में रिलीज़ करिए, ये फिल्म उतनी ही रीच आउट होगी क्योंकि जिस तरह से ये बनाई गई है, I think it's basic human emotions with an extravagant canvas, and it's called India's largest motion picture. So we're trying to give people that kind of a visual. So yeah, we're lucky. We have Rajmouli who's directed this film, and we have Karan Johar putting it out for people. It's the best combination we could have ever asked for.
Yeah. And adding on to this, people are started comparing the movie with the Hollywood movies like 300 and others. So that is an added advantage for the movie. Do you feel so?
No, it's always nice to be compared to the best in the world, and I promise that this film will do no less than that. One is it is to me it is the largest Indian spectacle that I have ever seen, and or have ever seen or been part of, and being part of this entire process has made it such a bigger. Obviously, making a world-class product at the same time needs a world-class person to kind of promote it and bring it out to the right kinds of audiences. When the first time I met Karan Johar in regard to Bahubali, I showed him not the film, but I showed him pictures of what we shot, and the first thing that he said, "Man, this thing looks like Avatar," and the words that are being coined today, saying it's India's largest motion picture, were the first words that came out of his mouth. So to me, it was like a reassurance of a man like him saying, "You are making a really, really fine product."
And the best compliment you got so far?
Well, I showed the promo the day before the release to Mr. Bachchan, and the first thing that he said, "Rana, I've seen these things in big Hollywood films, and where do you all make this?" So, and then it was a big sense of pride to say it was made right here. So yeah, that was a big moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.